What are my tips for creating a skill for your workflow? Fundamentally, there are only 3 or 4 things that you need in your skill to get amazing results from these new LLM models. Less and less is it about the structured prompt that you give. More and more is it about you defining what good looks like. So if you are the subject matter expert on what good looks like, one of the things that I would highly suggest that you start to do is anytime that you are training your team, you record that session and you start building up a bank of recordings of things that you train. That will actually enable you to give all of this to an LLM and have it pull out essentially an SOP on how to do all of the training that you've been conducting. If you are not a subject matter expert and you're trying to build a skill that is going to get you 80% of the way there to a subject matter expert, what I would highly recommend is for you to find somebody on TikTok or on a social media platform that you think really knows their shit about that subject matter. I would then suggest that you use Apify, scrape 100, 200 of their videos, have the AI transcribe all of the videos, have it decide which videos contain relevant information for the skill that you are trying to create, and then have it distill that down into a skill and a reference document. In my previous video, I talked about reference documents. These reference documents should be essentially what the output is meant to be, what good looks like. You no longer have to tell these LLMs every single step of every single thing that they have to think about. Your job is really to understand what good looks like. You still probably need to give it some steps that it needs to go through, and especially you need to give it some tools. So depending upon the complexity of the task and how you want it to interact with other systems, you will need to give it some scripts or tools so that it can do its job. But I would say after you have either done the scraping of social media platform or you have made a bank of videos, the next step that you need to go through is ask the LLM, what tools do I need to give you for you to be able to do this as part of a skill? And it will be able to guide you. Hey, I actually probably need access to Apify, or I need access to some API service, or I need access to whatever it is that it needs to actually do the skill that you've decided is important for your business.